Welcome to Mia and the Machines, the show where I sit down with artificial minds to go beyond the algorithm. Let's begin. Imagine having a personal AI assistant that can help you code, write, and automate tasks without breaking the bank. That's what the new DeepSeek GUI desktop app promises to deliver. So what's the big deal about DeepSeek GUI? It's basically a local, private, and cross-platform system that lets you work with DeepSeek models in a more intuitive way.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is that it's built on top of the DeepSeek model, which has recently reduced its pricing to around 75% of the original cost, making it one of the most affordable AI coding setups available.
That's a great point, but what about the concerns around DeepSeek's data policy? I've heard that they train their models on user data, which could be a privacy issue.
Yes, that's true, but it's not necessarily a deal breaker. Many AI models are trained on user data, and it's up to the user to decide whether the benefits outweigh the risks.
I see what you mean, but don't you think that's a bit of a cop-out? Shouldn't we be pushing for more transparency and control over our data?
I agree that transparency is important, but we also need to consider the trade-offs. In this case, the affordability and accessibility of DeepSeek GUI could be a game changer for many developers and writers.
Okay, let's talk about the features of DeepSeek GUI. What can users expect from this app?
Well, it has a code mode that gives your agent access to real project files, as well as a write mode with a dedicated markdown editor and smart AI assistants. It also has a runtime with a token efficiency mechanism and integrations with various tools and platforms.
That sounds impressive, but how does it actually work in practice? Can you give me an example of how someone might use it?
Sure, let's say you're a writer who wants to use AI to help with research and drafting. You could use DeepSeek GUI to generate ideas, outline your article, and even get suggestions for improvement.
I can see how that would be useful, but what about the potential drawbacks? Could over-reliance on AI assistants like DeepSeek GUI stifle human creativity?
That's a valid concern, but I think it's also important to recognize that AI can be a tool to augment human creativity rather than replace it. It's up to the user to decide how to use these tools effectively.
I think that's a great point, and it's something we should all be thinking about as we explore the potential of AI. So, what does this mean for our listeners?
In practical terms, DeepSeek GUI could save you time and money by automating routine tasks and providing intelligent assistance. It could also open up new possibilities for creative work and collaboration.
That's a great payoff, and I think our listeners will appreciate the potential of DeepSeek GUI. But what's the bottom line? Is it worth trying out?
I think it's definitely worth exploring, especially given the affordable pricing and the potential benefits. But as with any tool, it's up to the user to decide whether it's a good fit for their needs.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Mia and the Machines, where we explore the latest developments in AI and what they mean for you. Until next time, stay curious and keep on learning. I'm Mia, and I'll catch you in the next one. That's all for this episode of Mia and the Machines. If this made you think, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.